I hope it's extra hot. You'll need it after that icy blast my daughter sent your way.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah, sure. I don't even blame Trina, you know? She's grieving her father, and she needs to put that anchor somewhere.
I appreciate you understanding that.
Yeah. Well, it's good that she's got friends to help her through.
I know. Jocelyn is so terrific. And so is Cameron. It was actually his idea for them to perform, which was kind of a gift for her because, you know, it just took her out of herself for a little while. So what about you? Did you ever do a performance at the Nurses' Ball?
Yeah, well, not just one. But my favorite was a couple years back. I did a magic act.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
What'd you do, pull a rabbit out of your hat?
A little sleight of hand.
Okay.
Some dazzling illusions, and yeah. It was just my way of asking Jordan to marry me.
So the Nurses' Ball is sort of a anniversary of sorts for you.
Kind of.
Basically the worst possible time for me to bring up our past. I wish I hadn't said anything. I shouldn't have been dredging up ancient history. And if I made it sound like that my relationship with you is what ended my marriage to Marcus, it certainly did not. I mean, we had many other problems. Most importantly, his job. Marcus was away all the time working undercover for the DEA. And while I love being a doctor, it doesn't take up my entire life. You know, it never really did. So getting involved with you, it took away the loneliness.
So then you told me you were married.
Because I was actually imagining a life with you.
You thought I'd ask you to leave your husband?
I don't know what I thought, but you made it very clear that me being married was a deal breaker. So that was the end of that.
Even before I knew you were married, I knew I couldn't let myself get too serious about you. It was so early on in my recovery. And rule number one for every recovering addict is
to not get into a relationship.
And I had a long way to go. I even tanked my career as a cop. I was lost. Then I finally recognized that. So when you told me that you were married, it brought up a lot of stuff. I never wanted to be the guy who wrecks marriages, you know? And the fact that I allowed myself to get that deeply involved brought to light that I needed to take a closer look at what I was doing with my life.
And for what it's worth, I know that I was wrong to deceive you the way that I did. I am so sorry.
And for what it's worth, I apologize for being harsh when you admitted the truth. Look, like I said, it touched on some personal issues for me. But the one thing I will not ignore in my relationship is dishonesty.